Marcus Rashford. Back to the halfway line. It is Aston Villa teammate Ezri Konsa. Wide to Bowen, who's looking to get off to a lively start down the right-hand side along with Reece James. It's back inside to Konsa as the halfway line for company. And very little else. Gahey alongside him. And Rashford gets past one challenge. It's pinched off of him by Savaevs. And then Gutkovskis. Back from Savaevs to Cernomori, the captain. Helped on by Baladis. Out towards Siganix. And out for a throw-in off of Jared Bowen. Thomas Tuchel has had plenty of praise from a lot of the England players, including Declan Rice this week. Really encouraged, it seems, the England players to kick on and have belief to go to the next level. His opposite number tonight is an Italian in Paolo Nicolato. Harry Kane with a touch. Cleared away all the way to Ezri Konsa. Coming deep is Miles Lewis-Skelly. What a debut for him on Friday. To score the opening goal and a 2-0 win on his first cap for England. The Arsenal man has had a dream season, hasn't he? And he's certainly very much part of the England setup. Rashford, seen a bit of the ball early on, and he drills it in towards the penalty area. Bellingham rushes onto it, but it's just got a bit too much pace from Rashford and goes behind for a goal kick. Good to see Marcus Rashford back and finding form. Clearly there seems to be a problem when he's on the same wavelength as Manchester United, as there seems to be. That relationship has done its course. It's up towards the halfway line, and Ikonix tries to help it on. It's easy for Reece James, takes his time. Good to see him staying fit, touch wood, for as long as possible. Ezri Konsa darting up to the halfway line, giving it to Lewis-Skelly. And Ezri Konsa again. Out wide to Reece James. Now Bowen. 2 to beat. Plays it inside to Harry Kane. Quick outside of the right foot pass back to James. Now Declan Rice. Lewis-Skelly squares it off to Gahey. He has a little bit of space towards the left-hand side. Rashford knocks it and goes. A battle of the number 11s up against Savalnieks. And Savalnieks was bundled to the ground by the Aston Villa loanee, Marcus Rashford. And that will be a free kick to Latvia. It's 0-0, and we played 4 minutes here at Wembley in Group K of the FIFA World Cup, the qualifier. Both teams off to winning starts on Friday. England looking to make it 2 wins out of 2 in a group they are widely expected to get out of. They go to Andorra next in June before a friendly against Senegal at the City Ground. Latvia host Azerbaijan next before another home game against Albania just a few days later. That's in June. In October, these two come face to face for a second time in Riga. Siganix came off of an England player last in Morgan Rogers, who hasn't really got into the game as yet. Latvia have got a good following here today, a noisy following as well. Bowen blocking the initial ball forward from Baladis, who then turns it out wide to Siganix, who is flattened. Andres Siganix, through the back of him went Reece James. Clattered him. Got the ball though, Reece James, you have to say. But he also gave the Latvian a smash. And there's a close-up there. Thomas Tuchel was right in front of it, right under his nose in the technical area, and he was wincing at the challenge from Reece James. He knows Reece James very well, and he holds him in high regard. If he's fit, you get the feeling that Reece James will play at right back for England. Here come England down the right-hand side. Bowen, chance to take on Siganix, gets the cross in. It's headed away by Baladis, up in the air, away by Ikonix, and out for a throw into England. Just level with the edge of the 18-yard line. Reece James back to Declan Rice. They'll bide their time, England. Ezri Konsa. Reece James again. It's all very tight. Nicely played by Morgan Rogers to get it back out wide again for England, for Bowen. Try and open this game up if they can, but that might be a time-consuming task. Gahey into Bellingham. Clipped to the ankles, kept the ball, gave it to Rashford. Rashford goes again down the left-hand side. Bellingham's gone wide and giving it back to Rashford down the line. Sliding challenge coming in from Savalnieks. And it's gone out for a throw into England on this near side. If you're just joining us, it's 0-0 between England and Latvia. So far, so good from a Latvian perspective. Nearly 7 minutes gone. And it's still goalless at a murky Wembley Stadium. It's been a beautiful spring day in London, but it seems a bit murky at the moment under the lights because of so many fireworks and paraphernalia that went off when the two teams come out of the tunnel some 10-15 minutes ago. Forward by Declan Rice. It drops out for another throw-in, which will be taken by Andres Sigenics, who's one of the players that plays his football away from Latvia. He plays in Switzerland for Lejeune. Made his 60th cap for Latvia on Friday in the victory over Andorra. Wide from Bellingham. Now Bowen. Back to Reece James. Hooks one in. It's a little bit overcooked, but it will come out on the left-hand side for Rashford, who's being physically jostled by Savalnieks. Back to Lewis Skelly and Gahey. Lewis Skelly again, left-hand side. Wide further still to Rashford. He's got two up against him. Waits for Lewis Skelly. Tried to prod it through the gap, but it was blocked well by Savalnieks. Then goes Gahey to win a throw-in for England. It came off Savalnieks last. England throw. 8 minutes gone. Goalless. Lewis Skelly to take. 25 yards from the corner flag on this near side, the left. England kicking from right to left in the first half, which is towards the west end of the stadium here at Wembley. That's nicely done by Rogers, weaving his way into the box. He's beaten two, finding Harry Kane, trying to dab the ball past the first defender. It was a good tackle coming in from Szykovskis. Fed out wide now to Rashford. Rashford, edge of the penalty area, left-hand side. Two in front of him, as there always is. Bellingham thought about the shot, then ghosts the other way, gives it to Rashford. Little dink inside, hooked away. Unorthodox clearance from Szykovskis, but it worked. And England have it back again with Gahey, and it's just one-way traffic at the moment, as we expected. Rashford on the left-hand side, slipping it through to Kane. Back out to Bellingham. Curls it towards the right-hand side. Just lost it in transit for a moment there, Reece James. Manages to recover and gives it wide to Bowen. Bowen back to Bellingham again. Tees it up. It's a shot by Declan Rice. England's first shot of the game. It was blocked well by Cernomores. He's celebrating his 40th cap for his country tonight. If he gets booked, he will miss their next match. Bellingham trying to find a little bit of space. There isn't a lot out there for England. They're well regimented so far, Latvia. Yet to find a crack in the architecture are England and their early surmise of Latvia. Lewis Skelly is almost playing as a central midfielder at the moment, an inverted one at that. Here he is on the ball now, confident young player. Gets it out wide, Rashford inside to Bellingham. There's a good understanding between Bellingham and Rashford. Rice to Lewis Skelly. Confident ball forward to Rogers. Rogers turns. He's got up towards the edge of the penalty area. Gets it wide now to Rashford. Inside the penalty area. Pulls it back. Bellingham shoots. Good block by Cernovsky. It comes back out to Lewis Skelly and back to Gahey. Gahey square to Rice. England camped inside the Latvia half. It's one-way traffic. Bowen on the right-hand side. Good interception by Sigenics. Comes up towards the halfway line. He's got the overlap of Ikonix. And he's now run his course. Reece James is battling with him. He's done really well, Ikonix. Trying to pull it back. It came off of Reece James. It's going to be a corner. First corner of the game. And it's gone to Latvia. Limping back after the challenge was Jared Bowen. Got knocked to the ankle when he got tackled by Andres Sigenics. So a corner to Latvia. Coming across to take it, Roberts, Savalnieks, another experienced player. We go through their side, and 6 of the 11 have played 40 or more games for their country. Whipped in underneath the crossbar towards the 6-yard box, headed away by Rogers. Referee sees an infringement, gives a free kick to England. 11.5 minutes gone. You are listening to audio commentary coverage of England against Latvia from the World Cup qualifying Group K. 2 wins on Friday, 1 apiece between these two sides. England are the clear favourites and are on top at the moment, but without creating anything so far. Bowen seems to have recovered from that crunching challenge by Siganix. They're getting stuck in, Latvia. They're a big physical side. They will make it difficult for England for sure. England going towards the left-hand side again, and it's Rashford. Chance to run at those defenders. Needs to try and hit the box if he can. They're doubling up on him and doubling up well. Bellingham wide again to Rashford. Comes back inside to the right foot. Cross coming in. Ravish Shirkovskis heads away. Gahey wide again to Rashford. Little step over. Battle of the number 11s. Savalnieks against Rashford. So far, Savalniek has done all right. First ever meeting between these two countries. Bowen can't quite slip it through to Rogers. Cleared away by Siganix. Hits Ikornix, who falls over backwards, and the ball goes out for a throw-in to England. It's an interesting group, Group K. England already top, Latvia second, Serbia yet to play, Andorra and Albania. There's Rice into Bellingham, back to goal, Gahey. It's all very congested in the middle of the park. Rice, and now Bowen on the right hand side, taking on Siganix. Gets the cross in, does Bowen, but it's too close to the goalkeeper with no white-shirted England player anywhere near it. Cleared away promptly by Zibadris, who we haven't really mentioned in the opening 13.5 minutes, the goalkeeper. He plays for Riga in Latvia. Lewis Skelly, midfield position, central, 10 yards beyond the halfway line. Gets it back from Reece James, gives it to Gahey. Back out wide to Rashford. Rashford taking on Savalnieks. Little step over. So far he's not got the better of Savalnieks. Here's Gahey, gives it to Rashford. Whips one in towards the back post. Coming round the back was Bowen. Goalkeeper thought about coming and then stayed. And in the end, Bowen couldn't wrap his head around it. Got ahead of the defender, went to pull it back. It shaved off his ear and then dropped down, hit him on the knee and went out for a goal kick. Managed to get the better of Shirkovskis there, did Bowen, but the header wasn't great. Goal kick taken short. Harry Kane goes jogging after the goalkeeper Zavidris, who hits it up towards the halfway line. Headed away by Gahey. It's gone all the way back through to Jordan Pickford, who is keen to get a touch. Just to remind everyone that he is here on his 75th appearance for England. Gahey. It's a little look up, tries to slot it into a crowded area. It's blocked by Savayevs, but one back by Bellingham. Referee didn't like the foul that took place. Gahey on Gutkovskis. Gutkovskis felt the full force of the sliding lunge from the Crystal Palace man. 52 caps for Gutkovskis. He's barely been in the game so far. Plays in South Korea for Daejeon Hana Citizens. Of the team today. 6 of the players play in Latvia. Passes so far, England 156, Latvia 29. Make that 30. Zelenkovs finds Siganix down the line, make it 31. Ikorniks, can he get the cross in? 32 into the feet of Zelenkovs, but that's where the promising move forward for Latvia ends. Taken on the chest by Harry Kane, wide on the left-hand side, inside his own half, carefully back to Miles Lewis Skelly, who can jog up towards the halfway line without so much as a challenge. Rice now into the centre circle and over the halfway line for England. Slightly right of centre, wide to Bowen of West Ham. Back to another player based in London, Reece James. Lewis Skelly. Konza to Gahey. Rashford back again to Gahey. Lewis Skelly back to Gahey. And then back inside to Konza. England keeping the ball. Just racking up the passes. Pass after pass after pass, but not one of those has so far proved to be the undoing of Latvia. They've got a conundrum, England, to try and undo this Latvian defence. Gahey gets it wide to Rashford. Another chance to run at Savalnieks. Stops, gets the cross in. Trying to head it back was Bellingham. Shot from Rodgers was blocked. It comes back out to Bowen, who gets some force on the right foot shot on the turn from wide on the right hand side, 8 yards from goal, but it was wide. Good play from Rashford, finally gets a cross in. Rodgers can't quite get a connection. It comes back out. It was a good block by Sona Mendes. And it fell nicely to Jared Bowen. Just couldn't wrap his right foot around it, and he had the attentions of Andre Siganix. Top two in the group. Oh, there's a mistake by Pickford, and it's into the side netting from Gutkovskis. Well, what on earth was going on there between Gahey and Pickford? I think it was Pickford that was in the wrong. Gahey was in front of the front man, Gutkovski, waited for Pickford, who come charging out to collect it, and it hit Gahey, went past Pickford, and he had an open goal, and he's put it in the side netting as Vladislavs Gutkovski. Now, he's usually very vociferous, Jordan Pickford. He was a little bit coy there. I think he knew it was his fault. But that was a let-off for England, because that really should have been 1-0. Gutkovskis has put it wide with an open goal from the angle. Might be the kick up the backside England need to step it up a gear. Rice to Lewis Skelly. Bellingham wide. Rashford. Chance to take on the two defenders that double up on him, and he's into the penalty area. Down he goes. No penalty, says the referee. He had a long look there, did Oro Grenfell, the Israeli referee, and he said no. I don't think there was enough. The referee is saying at the moment the ball is out of play for a throw-in. VAR wants to check this. It goes past the defender, who doesn't get anywhere near the ball. He doesn't actually take an awful lot of Rashford, and when he does connect with Rashford, he's 3/4 of the way down to ground anyway. Went down a little bit too easy there, Marcus Rashford, for the referee's liking. I think he got the right shout. If the defender had touched him, it would have, but the defender didn't get anywhere near the ball, and he didn't get anywhere near Rashford, to be honest. First time he's got the better of Savalnieks in that battle. Two central defenders, Konsa and Gahey, combining. Forward now to Bellingham. His defence-splitting pass led to the Lewis Skelly opener on Friday against Albania. Looking for a similar unlocking mechanism from him tonight. Lewis Skelly to Bellingham. The two combine the opposite way round. Rashford knows to knock it past Roberts Savalnieks, who does well to stand up to him and knock it out for a throw. Now Bellingham, left-hand side. Curls it back inside to Ezri Konsa. Rodgers, first time pass backwards to Reece James. Lewis Skelly finding Bellingham, left-hand side, edge of the penalty area. Has a look up, back inside to Lewis Skelly. Squared to Reece James. Wearing the number 3 shirt. Driving forward down the right-hand side was Rodgers, and it was a flying header behind from Daniels Belodes. And it will be a corner. England's first corner of the game. Daniels Belodes with the flying acrobatic header behind. Belodes, who plays his football in the Scottish Premiership, just up north with bottom club St Johnstone. So a corner to England, first of the game. They could have been behind, but Vladislav Kuskowski should have scored and put it in the side netting with not the kindest of angles, but it was still an open goal. Bit of composure. That would have been 1-0 to Latvia. Dreadful mistake from Gahey and Pickford. In comes the cross, headed towards goal. That's a super save. Quite how it was kept out by Konza, with a shot by Zevadries, who tips it over from point blank. Rice's corner, header from Bellingham. It hit a Rashford, I think, on the backside. Came back out. Konza hit it. Brilliant save from Zevadries. Should have been 1-0 to England. Their best chance of the game so far, causing all sorts of problems from the corner. We've got another corner now, which Rice is being paused from taking over on the far side, whilst the referee sorts a few misdemeanors out in the penalty area. In comes a delivery, header towards goal. Should have done better. Jude Bellingham, free header over the top. Goal kick. Great save. Well, it's come at him and he's just somehow managed to pour it over the bar. Hit Rashford, the header from Bellingham. Come back out. Konza has just smashed it. I have to say, really good save that from Christianis Zevadris. England have it with Gahey. Backwards he goes. He makes sure that the pass is a good one. That was the first shot on target. If Kuskowski could have got his shot on target, it would have been 1-0. Lewis Skelly drifting forward, wide to Rashford on the left hand side for England. Bowen to Reece James, square to Gahey, midway inside the Latvian half. Every single red-shirted player for Latvia behind the ball. Gahey runs it square to Declan Rice, back out to the right-hand side, and Reece James. Nice touch from Rodgers, bringing in Bowen. Rice flicked out wide by Rodgers. James, Rice continues his run. It's Rodgers, it's James. There's a good ball in. Harry Kane with a header over the bar. First sight of goal for Harry Kane. He wouldn't have seen it until late, as it just brushed over the head of Cernamuris. And he did enough, Cernamuris, to put off Harry Kane, who got in front of his other defender that was paying him attention, but he couldn't keep the header down over the bar. And England suddenly starting to create chances now in this game. Elsewhere in the group tonight, Albania are ahead against Andorra 2-0. 2 goals for Ray Manaj. England just keeping ball at the moment. That's all they can do. Rashford, Lewis Skelly checks back to Konza. Reece James. Well, they've plenty of passing practice in the opening 25 minutes. England really should have been ahead. But a great save from Zevadris to keep out the drive from Konza. Thought he'd got his first England goal. Konza wide to Bellingham on the left-hand side, chips it forward. Rodgers with a touch, a bit too heavy for Harry Kane. Cleared away. Zelenkov's back to Salaniek. Popped away by Konza to Gahey, and now it's Bellingham. Bellingham into the penalty area. Rodgers trying to turn, just lost it under his feet, and Latvia are able to clear. Came off of Gutkovskis, and throwing has gone the way of England. This group really should be a formality. Serbia will probably pose the greatest risk. This is an England side expected to beat all in front of them. At the moment, they're Finding it a struggle against Latvia, the first ever meeting between these two. Wide by Rice. And off goes Rogers down the right-hand side. Thought about the cross. Instead, he checks back to Reece James. 25 yards from the corner flag on the far side, the England right. Now Lewis Skelly, who's barely spent any time at left back. Doesn't need to. Cross comes in from Rashford. It's close to the goalkeeper who spills it. Bowen goes in. He goes down. Goalkeeper did enough. And here's Rogers. Good block by Balodis. England knocking on the door. Rice on the right-hand side. Back out wide to Reece James. Can't get the cross in. Finds Rice, who does get the cross in. Sliced away. Anywhere will do from Savaev's. Great ball in. Up went Bellingham. He won in the air fair and square against the goalkeeper who made the block. Down goes Bowen. There wasn't much connection between goalkeeper and Bowen, and the referee played on it. Come out to Rogers. And Rogers went to smash it at goal, but there were enough bodies in the way to deny the Aston Villa man his first England goal and his first England start. I think the referee is checking with VAR at the moment for a penalty check for the foul on Bowen. Did the goalkeeper make a touch? It looked to me, we're looking at it only from one angle. I think VAR will get a better angle than we will. Not absolutely certain how much Christianis Zibadris got on Bowen, but he made a good stop. He was beaten in the air in the first instance by Jude Bellingham, and as he goes down, as he lands, he seems to land at the feet of Bowen and then bring him down. And unlike the claim from Rashford about 10 minutes ago, this one is where the England player is still standing when he's got connection from the goalkeeper. There's a legitimate claim that this could be a penalty to England. VAR are having a look. Still, they haven't come up with any answers. Eventually, it's cleared. Check is over. No penalty. Let off for Latvia. I don't think there was enough in it, to be honest. Goalkeeper's gone down. I don't think there was much contact, that there was contact. Ball has come off of Alexis Savaevs, the holding midfielder who plays his football in Romania for Gloria Buzai. He's given away a corner. England corner. 28.5 minutes gone. Declan Rice goes across to the right-hand side to take it. His corners have been extremely successful for Arsenal this season, of course. Plenty of toing and froing and grappling and jostling inside that penalty area, as you can well imagine. They've got a threat going forward here, England. But this is a big Latvian side as well. Bellingham being pushed by Cernomordis. In comes a delivery. Up goes Harry Kane, misses it completely. Flicked away by Kornieks. And Zelenkovs back to Bellingham, left-hand side, back heel to Lewis Skelly, down the line to Rashford, takes it in his stride, cuts inside, then goes on the outside, smashes it across, and it's blocked by the defender, Sierkowskis, and behind for a corner. That's more like it from Rashford. Came to go inside, went to shoot, and then feigned on the outside with Savaevs completely committed. Turned away at the near post. It was Kornieks. Ikonix, rather, let's put it behind for a corner. Another England corner. Declan Rice has come across to the left-hand side to take it as we hit the half-hour mark. England 0, Latvia 0. Jude Bellingham's been dumped to the ground before a ball has been delivered for this corner. Referee needs eyes at the back of his head for everything that's going on in there. Bellingham's back up. Sordamudes has given him a mouthful. Those two are marking one another at the moment, which is going to be interesting. Looks rather uncompromising. Anthony's Cernomordis, the captain. In comes the delivery from Rice. Too close to the goalkeeper. And Zebedris catches without so much as a whimper from England. And it remains 0-0. Albania, Andorra, the other game tonight, playing same time as this. Manaj with the 2 early goals to give Albania a comfortable lead in Tirana. Here in London at Wembley Stadium, it's still 0-0. Shakovsky's back to Zeberis. All light blue tonight. The Latvian goalkeeper clears from a standing position up towards the halfway line. Flicked on by Gutkovskis. And that's a foul on Ezri Konsa, who's sent sprawling to the ground. It's a free kick to England. Taken quickly, and off goes Rashford down the left-hand side, and he's away from the defender into the penalty area. Marcus Rashford hits the byline, gets the cross in. Goalkeeper makes a good block, and it comes back out to Rashford. First time pass back to the edge of the penalty area. Lewis Skelly looks up, gives it to Rashford again. Bit of space, gets a cross in onto the chest of Bowen. On the turn was Kane, clipped in again by Rodgers. Can't quite find Kane, and it's cleared away by Cernamoris. England starting to create chances. They weren't creating too much in the opening 15 minutes, but in the last 15 minutes they've started to create ever since Gutkovski's one chance for Latvia should have gone in. Bellingham goes down on the edge of the penalty area, wants a free kick. The Israeli referee doesn't give it, but Lewis Skelly wins it back for England. Central position, gets it wide to Rashford, chips it in. Nice ball in towards Bellingham, who tried a little audacious flick that only Bellingham could make, and it went wide for a goal kick, and it remains England 0, Latvia 0. And the Minnows have got past the half-hour mark without conceding. It would have been quite some goal if Bellingham had flicked that into the top corner, but it was just a yard wide. Goal kick taken short. Cernamoris. Balodis gets it back from Sayev. Cleared up outside the penalty area by Latvia. Once they get it up to the halfway line, that's where they've got problems. They just can't get across the halfway line at the moment. Lewis Skelly and Konza wide to Reece James. Chips it over the top. Here's Bellingham into the penalty area. Not a tremendous first touch, and Cernamoris is able to clear. Siganix plays it off of Bowen and out for a throw-in to Latvia. The 11 Wolves, as they are known, the Vilki. I've had 11 defensive-minded Wolves out there in the opening 32 minutes of this game. 75% possession, England. Flicked forward by Bellingham. Foul on Bowen in the meantime, so a free kick to England. A chance to get the ball into the penalty area, maybe. Looks like Declan Rice is coming across to take it. Gahey and Konza have drifted forward. Poland leading Malta by a 1-0 tonight. Romania winning in San Marino by a 1-0 as well. Bosnia and Herzegovina 1, Cyprus 0. Still 0-0 here. The only game currently going on. There are 5 World Cup qualifiers this evening. This is the only one without a goal. It is Bowen. It's a great delivery, but the header from Bellingham had too much on it. It needed a glance, and he went for power. He was too close to goal to give it power. He needed glance, and it went over. Earlier result, Lithuania 2, Finland 2 in the early kick-off. Cleared away by Zeberis out towards the Latvian left, over on the far side, right in front of Thomas Tuchel in his technical area, who's out barking the orders to his players. Konza gives it to Lewis Skelly. Back into the centre circle for Ezri Konza. Aston Villa man gets it wide to West Ham's Bowen. Jared Bowen. Reece James. Konza again. Gahey. 25 yards from goal, left-hand side, wide to Rashford. As soon as he receives it, he goes on one of those mesmerising runs, but one poor touch does for him. As soon as Latvia clear it, comes back out again to Gahey. Konza and James back out to Gahey again on the left-hand side. Nice ball inside to Bellingham, edge of the penalty area, wide to Rashford. Rashford feigns to cross, and he goes to the left, then he goes to the right. He's tying knots in the defender, so is Bellingham. Gets a shot in, hits Bowen, can't quite get the finish away. Well, how many Latvian defenders fell over? Tied in knots first by Rashford and then by Bellingham, and here they are again on the left-hand side. Rashford to Bellingham, onto his right boot, plays it inside. Konza to Rice, wide to Reece James. Wants it back, does Rice. Gets it back, plays it inside. Lewis Skelly sent sprawling to the ground from the challenge from Savaevs, and that will be a free kick to England. Lewis Skelly stays on the ground for now at least. Clattered by the Latvian men. Well, none of the players playing today for Latvia play in any of the big leagues around Europe. Switzerland, Luzern for Siganex is probably the biggest club. Stal Milek, our second-tier club in Poland. Alvis Jozems plays for them. Hardly seen him today on the right-hand side. Just keep doubling up with Savalnieks to try and keep Rashford quiet. But he's got noisier as the game's gone on, as Rashford. Free kick here to England. Fairly central position. Reece James seems to have won the lottery on this one. Although Bowen is standing over the ball as well. It's a good 7 or 8 yards outside the penalty area. It's Reece James, it's 1-0. Oh, that's a fantastic free kick from Reece James. Absolute quality, right foot round the wall and right into the corner. Christianis Zebedris was rooted to the spot and didn't move until he had to turn around to pick the ball out of the net, and England finally get the breakthrough in the 38th minute, and it's Reece James who scores for the first time for England. Great free kick round the wall and into the top corner. They do not come much better than that. That's a splendid free kick from the Chelsea man. It's England 1, Latvia 0, and that is postage stamp, top corner, absolute top draw, top quality. Reece James with the free kick. England have the breakthrough. It's England 1, Latvia 0, and that is a smashing goal from Reece James. That really is an absolute peach, right in the top corner. Goalkeeper stood no chance. Thomas Tuchel punches the air. His team have finally got the breakthrough. And it comes through Reece James with his first England goal. Well, the only one of the back four for England tonight with a goal is Miles Lewis Skelly. 1 game, 1 goal. Gahey, Konza, James, they all start tonight without a goal for England, but Reece James has got that goal. His first for England, and that's a really, really good free kick. I thought it was too far out, to be honest, but he's curled it perfectly. And the goalkeeper hasn't got anywhere near it. So England leading with 6 minutes of the first half now remaining. Jozems runner, he's put that one out. It's the first goal they've conceded in the World Cup qualifiers. Gone over 2 hours before they did concede. Latvia. Well, they've defended really well tonight, I have to say. They've been very, very well organised. If you look back, and if you get a chance like Gutkoskis did, you've got to put it away. Here's Rashford. Run again at Savalnieks, gets to the byline, hangs it in. It's over the goalkeeper. He's got out for a goal kick. I think it went out before it got to the goal. Dropped behind on the far side. So a goal kick to England, who lead here thanks to Reece James. And a top draw free kick from him. England fans starting to head for the concourse for their half-time refreshment. Bellingham, he's won a free kick, he's on the ground, he's still trying to play. Got back up again, tripped by Alexis Savaevs. England in the last 5 minutes of the first half, leading here by a goal to nil. Looking for another. It's Bellingham, fed well by Lewis Skelly again. Back inside to Gahey. The goal scorer, Reece James. Lewis Skelly. Goals from fullbacks. A fashionable thing for Thomas Tuchel. Here is Skelly inside the penalty area again. Knocks it back to Rashford. Slices it to Morgan Rogers, who turns it towards goal, but it's blocked. Here's Reece James from the pass by Declan Rice. Now Bellingham. Just caught the ankles of Dimitris Zelenkovs, and that will be a free kick to Latvia. Zelenkovs has stayed down. They lost 2 home games in 2024 to England against lesser opposition, if you wish to call them that. Probably more powerful opposition than Latvia. But Iceland and Greece came here and won last year. So England would have been slightly cautious. And Jude Bellingham has actually received a yellow card for that foul on Zelenkovs. Bellingham, the first yellow card of the night. Without possession for England, they barely had to make a tackle. Bellingham picks up the first yellow card. Well, we've played 42 and a half nearly in the first half. Half time is fast looming upon us. England leading Latvia by a goal to nil. Chance for us to have another look at this wonderful free kick from Reece James over the wall and high into the top corner. It doesn't matter which angle you look at it. It's an absolutely fabulous free kick. Zems. Back to Sierkowskis. The uncompromising Cernamoris. Big ask of Bolaudis. It wasn't a great pass. Kane and Bowen put pressure on him. Zelenkovs down the line to Ikonix. And Ikonix does well. Gets away from the England defence. Turned away by Gahey. Slipped and then got up and slides in and wins it back again. Shot towards goal when it was on target from Zelenkovs. Or was it Jean Zems, in fact, that hit it. Picked it up. There's Alvis Zems. He's never scored. This is his 43rd cap. He'd never have forgotten that had it gone in, but he hit it straight at Jordan Pickford. It does represent Latvia's first shot on target of the night, but not their best chance. Easy save for Pickford, who's had precious little to do, as we expected he would. England 1, Latvia 0. Konza to Gahey. Wide on the left-hand side is Jude Bellingham. Back to Gahey again, just inside the Latvia half. Konza, James, Rice, neatly done, quick and incisive, out wide to Bowen. Bowen can have a run on Siganix. Still Bowen, cuts inside, Bowen with a shot. It's blocked, comes back out again. That looked like a foul on Konza. Referee's played an advantage low. Rice finding Bellingham, 25 yards from goal. Out wide to Rashford. Rashford level with the edge of the penalty area, left-hand side. Back to Bellingham again. Lewis Skelly, Gahey, and then Konza. Wide to James. James, quick ball in. Knocked up in the air from Cernamoris, who was facing his own goal. Followed away by Siganix. And that was a foul, surely, by Gutkowskis on Ezri Konza. That was good play by England. Certainly had Latvia stretched. Good ball in from Reece James. Needed the intervention that he got from Cernamoris. England have got a player down at the moment, which is a concern. It's Ezri Konza. And that clash with Gutkowskis. That looked painful. He very nearly took out the Latvian head coach Paolo Nicolato on his way into sliding off the pitch there, Ezri Konza. There is 2 minutes of added time signalled, but that will be added to because we haven't played football for a minute here because of an injury to Konza. This will be a very concerning moment for any Aston Villa fans. He's back on his feet, Konza. Dan Burn on the bench, warming up. Also got Levi Colwell, Jarrell Kwanzaa that can play in that position. England have a free kick and they're going to carry on for now with 10 men. Looks like Konza's going to be okay to continue for the dying embers of the first half. A minute and a half into 2 minutes of stoppage time, but essentially there will be another 2 minutes added on top of that. Here's Rashford down the left hand side. Checks back to Bellingham. Square to Rice. Touch for Reece James and on comes Konza. Seems to be moving okay. Bellingham gliding into the penalty area, sends it wide to Rashford. Low ball in, but it was far too close to goalkeeper Christianis Zivadris, who has made one outstanding save in his first half to deny Konza. Don't know how, but he managed to divert it over the top. Instinctive save from a pile driver from Konza. Lewis Skelly's header drops out for a throw into Latvia. Cyprus equalise in first half stoppage time away at Bosnia and Herzegovina. Still Albania 2, Andorra 0. In fact, that's half time in the other game in this group. Header by Gehi. Korniks. And an offside position was Vladislav Skutkovskis. We played 2.5 minutes of stoppage time. As I say, there was 2 minutes added on, but that was signalled just as Ezri Konza went down injured, and that took a couple of minutes to clear up. So I think we've still probably got another minute to go here. Can England conjure up one more chance before half-time? Bellingham sweeping ball out to Bowen on the right-hand side. Takes it down in his chest. Now a chance to take on Siganix. Into the penalty area. Bowen pulls it back. Flicked towards goal. The near post by Rodgers. And then saved, palmed away by Zivadris and cleared away by Balodis. As the half-time whistle blows at Wembley. And England lead by a 1-0. Well, they've been all over Latvia in many respects. They took their time in starting to create chances. The goal has come courtesy of a fullback, just like the first goal on Friday night against Albania. It's come from Reece James, a stunning free kick. England 1, Latvia 0 at half-time. And we've got the second half to come right after this break. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.
Welcome back to our audio commentary coverage of England against Latvia at Wembley Stadium in the World Cup qualifying Group K, match day 2. Both these teams won on Friday in their opening fixture, and England are a goal to the good, still yet to concede in this qualifying group, although they should have done in the first half. Gutkowski's pouncing on a mistake between Pickford and Gahey and shooting into the side netting with what was, for all intents and purposes, despite the narrow angle, an open goal. But it's England that lead. A wonderful free kick from Reece James, whipped over the wall and into the top corner. Absolute perler. And England have had a couple of other really good opportunities, in particular the shot from Gahey, which was blasted from 5 yards out. Wonderful save from Zibidris in the Latvia goal. Here come England looking for a second early on in the second half, helped on by Rice to Lewis Skelly. Looks up, plays it out wide to Bowen, who's gone to the left hand side for now. Bowen and Rashford swapping wings. Bowen wins a throw-in down the left hand side. Albania 2-0 up on Andorra. That game is into the second half. They're just a few minutes ahead of this one. England looking to go 6 points out of 6 and make the early running in this group. Serbia yet to get going because of their involvement in the Nations League. Gahey and Konsa, Reece James, Bellingham went one way then the other, and he went back inside again. That's a great ball from Lewis Skelly, almost finding Bellingham, well, almost returning the favour for the brilliant ball from Bellingham to him just 3 days ago against Albania here, but it was just too far ahead of Bellingham on the left hand edge of the penalty area, and out quickly was goalkeeper Christianis Zebedis to make the save. His long punt upfield. The intended target is always Gutkowski's, who is pretty good in the air. Here's Rice for England, over the halfway line. Harry Kane looks up, plays a ball out towards the left hand side, stabbed up in the air from Tchaikovskis. Back out to Bellingham, quickly wide from Rodgers towards the right hand side, and Rashford back to Lewis Skelly. Bellingham to Rice, rolls it wide. Marcus Rashford on the right hand side, pings it across, flying header away by Savayevs. Gahey winning the loose ball. Reece James back to Gahey. England leading by a goal to 0. 2.5 minutes into the second half. Bowen on the left hand side. Back to Bellingham. Now Reece James to Rashford. Through the legs of the defender. There was back up with another defender behind him. Cleared away by Latvia. But again, no one really up there apart from Vladislavs Gutkowskis. Can England deal with it? Rice to Bellingham. Cleared away. In goes Rice. Sliding in. Made the challenge. Got the man first, according to the referee. Foul on Iconics. And a free kick to Latvia. It was a pretty sturdy slide. Even though he did get the ball, there was a degree of out of controlness in the challenge by Declan Rice. So a free kick rightly given by the Cypriot referee Oral Grenfell. Just to recap the England side tonight, no changes so far. Pickford in goal, James, Konsa, Gahey and Lewis Skelly. Bellingham, who's on a yellow card, Rice, Rogers, Bowen, Rashford and Kane the captain. Latvia, they've got Zebedris in goal, Shakovskis, Cernamoudis the captain and Balodis the back three with Savalnieks and Siganiks the two wing backs. Savayevs, Zelenkovs, Janzems, Iconics and Gutskovskis, which is never easy for anyone to say, but that's the lineup done. Lewis Skelly with Rice alongside him, the two England representatives from Arsenal. Lewis Skelly leaves it. Bellingham plays it wide. Bowen comes inside from the left. Plays it wide again to Bellingham. Bellingham to Bowen. Still Bellingham. Gets the cross in eventually. It's all very tight. It's come back to Bellingham off of two defenders. Bellingham, a couple of step overs towards the edge of the penalty area. Good interception by Janzems. And Gahey taking the ball away from Gutkowskis. But he can't keep it in play over on the far side, so that will be a throw-in to Latvia. 5 minutes into the second half. England continue to lead by about 1-0. Romania 2-0 up in San Marino in a World Cup qualifier. There is a injury at the moment to Savalnieks, the experienced right wing back. Back on his feet, seems to be okay. Great support here today, Latvia. Filled their allocation at Wembley and they've made plenty of noise, and their side have given as good as they possibly can against this star-studded England side, who on paper at least should be wiping the floor with Latvia. It's hardly wiping the floor tonight. England have found it hard going breaking down Latvia, and it's taken a wonder strike from Reece James from a free kick to give them the lead. Savalnieks got up and he's gone back down again, and now he will need treatment. Had that chance in the first half, and Gahey and Pickford got in a right, Tiz was. And Gutkowski's put it into the side netting from the angle. An open goal missed. That could have been a different story had England gone behind. England are ahead here by a goal to nil. The break in play. England have won their last 4, clean sheets in each of the last 3. They're hitting form at the back end of 2024 and carrying it through into the early stages of 2025, with all eyes, of course, on 2026 and the World Cup in the USA, Canada and Mexico. There will be some testing temperatures out there in the summer at some of those venues. It's going to be a challenge for England. It's been a while since they've had a major tournament. And in the heat of summer in places like that, for some of these players it'll be a whole new experience, but one that I'm sure they'll take on board. Savayevs takes the ball away from Siganiks. Shakovskis darts away from Bowen up to the halfway line in the centre circle, slips it wide to Daniels Balodis. Yanis Iconics. Balodis has continued his run, the St Johnstone defender. The Chelsea defender Reece James takes it off of him. And here's Rodgers into the feet of Bellingham. And away comes Lewis Skelly over the halfway line on the left-hand side, feeding it into the feet of Bowen. Bowen 25 yards from the corner flag, slips it back to Rodgers again. Rodgers inside to Bellingham. Bellingham looks to the right and finds Rashford. Rashford tries to get the cross in, smashes it straight into the face of Siganix, who puts it behind for a corner and goes down like a boxer that's just been laid out by an uppercut. First change of the evening is taking place, and Savalniks can't carry on in the right wing back position, so on comes Vitalish Jagoda Dinskis, who they've got lots of nationalities represented in the way that their clubs are played, but what about this? The Latvian international who plays his football in Cambodia. This is his 36th cap. Jagodinsky, and his first job is to join a crowded penalty area for this England corner on the right hand side, which will be taken by Declan Rice. The second England goal would relieve some pressure. Rice delivers, glanced away first by Cernamuris and then Gutkovskis. Bowen back on the right hand side, delivers a deep ball in, no one there though, it's too high for the intended target, Esri Konza, and out for a goal kick. Thomas Tuchel in deep conversation with his assistant Anthony Barry. Needed a better quality delivery from Jared Bowen. But whilst England are not conceding goals, and they are scoring enough goals to win games, then I don't think there's a lot that you can stack against Thomas Tuchel in his first outings as the New England manager. Cernamuris, first touch from Jagodinskis. And 10 minutes into the second half, it's actually were. Latvia defending stoutly with a block of 9, and England finding it incredibly difficult to break them down. It's taken a set play to crack the nut. Nice touch from Rashford into the penalty area towards Harry Kane from Bellingham. Good challenge coming in from Cernamuris. And then Bellingham goes in for the challenge. Says he got the ball. And the referee's gone over. He's having a word with Bellingham, who is on a yellow card. And it was a foul by Bellingham. And he's got to be careful, because that, in the eyes of some referees, would have constituted a yellow card, and England would have been down to 10 men. I'm not sure it would have made an awful lot of difference, to be honest, if England are down to 10 against Latvia. But that was a little silly, really, from Bellingham. He's got that in him, and I think he needs it in him. Sherkovskis was the player who got caught by Bellingham and has just got back to his feet. Bosnia taking the lead again against Cyprus, 2-1 up now in that game. Marjanovic, the second goal for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Rodgers. Lewis Skelly out to the left hand side, and Bowen switching the two wingers in the hope of not going on the outside but coming on the inside and causing different problems. It's the planning of Tuchel at half time. Neither Bowen or Rashford have got any service or opportunity in those wide positions, having swapped flanks so far. Konza to Gehi, and out wide from Bellingham. This is Lewis Skelly, goes on the outside, knocks it too far ahead of a limping Sherkovskis, and it goes behind for a goal kick to Latvia. Trail here by 2-1. Abira Eze is about to come on for England, the Crystal Palace man. Goal kick taken short to Savaevs. Pressed by Bellingham. Cleared away by Siganix. Kicked on by Rogers. Bellingham's header just about made it to Rice, who volleyed it to his Arsenal teammate Lewis Skelly. Bellingham chips it towards the right-hand side, headed away by Jagodinski. Lewis Skelly. And Gahey plays it inside to Rice. A little bit of space for him, which has not always been the case tonight. Reece James, wide to Rashford. A chance to take on the defender. Gets to the byline. Rashford whips it in, but to the near post where goalkeeper Christianis Zebedris makes a comfortable save. Romania now 3-0 up in San Marino. England could do with a second of their own here, just to put a bit of daylight between them and a defence-minded Latvia, who have, in all fairness, defended very well. Rice to Bellingham, wide to the left-hand side. Miles Lewis Skelly lays it off. Simple pass to Bowen. Bellingham again. Konza to James and back to Konza. England biding their time. Just a little bit of crisp sharpness lacking to break down Latvia. Get the feeling there's another goal in it. There's Bowen, goes on the outside, gets the cross in, just behind Rogers and cleared away by Belodis. As Herzegovina, Bosnia and Herzegovina go 3-1 up against Cyprus. First change is going to be, I think, yes, Jared Bowen coming off and Abira Eza coming on. A couple of changes as well. Shakovsky's been limping and he's replaced by Dashkevits. They're bringing on a couple of forwards here. Gutkovsky's coming off. So it looks to me like Jean Zems will go in at right wing back, and they're going to play with, well, they've got three potential strikers on the pitch in Ikorniks, who's playing on the left. Edwards, Davidkevich goes to the right, up and coming on, and he scored the other night, did Dario Sheets. Second goal in 4 caps. Scored the winner in Andorra. Here's Eza. First touch for him on the left-hand side. Cuts inside. Finds Rogers. Lame first touch. Cleared away by Cerna Maurice. Still Rogers, though. Bundles his way into the penalty area on the far side and came off as Janazem behind for a corner. And got the final touch, that's for sure. Alvin's Jonzems. So an England corner. Looking for that all-important second goal that would effectively win this game. Corner from Rice on the left-hand side. Eludes everyone. Headed up in the air by Savaevs. Comes out to Lewis Skelly, who carefully cushions it back to his fellow fullback, Chelsea's Reece James, whose goal continues to separate these two sides. Reece James's ball finding Declan Rice. Challenge by Eza. Not to the liking of the referee, who gives a free kick to Latvia. England's 1, Latvia 0. It's hardly got too many people's creative juices flowing this one. These are the type of internationals that really no England fan is ever looking forward to. It's just been a case of England trying to prize open a well-regimented Latvian defence, who have created seldom in the way of chances, apart from that open goal miss in the first half by Gutkovskis. Konza, and then Inside by Reece James. Lovely pass from Lewis Skelly. Comes out to Harry Kane, who curls it and curls it wide. Well, it was a great ball forward from Lewis Skelly. Great link-up play. Hitting the feet of Rodgers, who flicked it inside. Harry Kane took a touch, curled it, but didn't have enough curl on it. Usually Harry Kane tucks them away. This time it was just wide. Brushed past the post for a goal kick. So close for Harry Kane, who's barely had a kick tonight. It's been one of them nights for him. But England are leading, that's the most important thing, and Latvia are going to start getting tired soon. You would think the gaps will start to open now. 64 minutes almost played. Rice a bit short from Bellingham. Big ask of Reece James. Bellingham offers his apologies to the Chelsea fullback. Throw into Latvia. It's been taken quickly. Zelenkovs. One back by Reece James. Konza. On the left-hand side, Gahey. Eza. Two Crystal Palace players combining. Eza coming inside. Declan Rice. Stepping forward. He's got Reece James there. Konza. Back from Lewis Skelly. Rice. Wide to the right-hand side, and Rodgers has done well. Beat one into Harry Kane. Trying to feed it back into Rodgers. It was a little bit too intricate from Harry Kane, and it's deflected back into the path of goalkeeper Christianis Zivadris. It's nearly 65 minutes gone. England continue to lead by the slender margin of 1-0. In a little bit of spot of bother at the back, Jagodinskis. Pressed well by England. He's had to clear it out for a throw. Down by the corner flag. England looking to get that second goal to kill this tie-off, which would put England in the driving seat in Group K. Ezri Konza brings in Gahey. Declan Rice. Back inside to Lewis Skelly. He's got a great range of passing, Lewis Skelly. Hits the feet of Bellingham. Wide to Eza. Eza coming inside. Has a look up. Great delivery in. It was just too far ahead of Harry Kane, who acknowledges the delivery from Eza. It's behind for a goal kick. San Marino score a collector's item goal against Romania. Now 3-1 midway through the second half in that game. Of course, different group to this. This is Group K. England would be top with 6 from 6. Serbia yet to play. England winning the ball back with Reece James just outside the penalty area. Bellingham to Rice. Back in towards Eza. Turns. Can he get the shot away? It's very, very congested. And when he pulls it back, it's nicked off of the toes of Bellingham by Davkovic. Ball has gone out of play on the far side. England have a throw, and they're going to bring on Phil Foden, and they're going to take off Jude Bellingham, who's on that yellow card. So Bellingham off, Foden on to try and orchestrate something from a midfield role. Not the greatest of seasons of Phil Foden. He's had his injury problems as well at City. City have been pretty poor this season, haven't they, as well? James finding Rashford. James again. Rashford again down the right-hand side. Waits. Nicely played by Rodgers. Across the face, and there's Harry Kane. Great delivery. And England are 2-0 up. It was Rice across the face of goal, and Harry Kane has scored many a goal for England. He's up to 71 now, and that was probably the simplest one of the lot. Such an easy tap in. You know that Harry Kane's going to feed off of those. Great play by Declan Rice, and suddenly there, England opening up Latvia, and they're threatened to do so all evening without doing so. Rashford involved down the right-hand side. Had to bide his time. feeding it into Rogers, and it was Rogers with an intricate pass to Rice, who put it across the face of goal. Simplistic, really, from England. And finally, those legs tighten to tire now for Latvia as England take a 2-0 lead. And Harry Kane makes it 2-2. Great ball in from Declan Rice. And literally, he just had to put his left foot on the ball to roll it over the line from a yard out. Big smile for Harry Kane, the captain, celebrating as England go 2-0 up, and surely 6 points out of 6 at the top of Group K, with the World Cup finals next summer on the horizon. Second offside of the night, and they've both been against Latvia. Dario Schitz is the player offside, plays his football in the second tier in the Netherlands for Helmond-Sport. Scored the winner against Andorra the other night. Also picked up a yellow card, so if he picks one up today, he will miss the next game, which is against Albania. Lewis Skelly losing out in midfield, but he's tussling to try and win it back. Here's Rashford, but it was a foul by Lewis Skelly and a free kick to Latvia. Albania leading Andorra in the other match, also by 2-0. Reece James and Harry Kane with the goals tonight for England. And whilst it's hardly earth-shattering, these games have to be won, and they can often be a source of frustration. These are the games that the big guns like England have to negotiate on their route to the finals. Morgan Rogers losing out. Siganix has actually had a reasonable game at left wing back. Does play his football, as I mentioned, in the first half for Luzern, who are in the Swiss Super League. It's probably the highest ranked club in Europe that's got a Latvian player in their ranks. Balodis. Zelenkovs. Back from Cernomordis. Zelenkovs brings in his goalkeeper Zivadris, who steps aside the presence of Phil Foden. Clearance up towards the halfway line, flicked on by Jornzems. Held up well by Schitz. Slid back by Savayevs. Stringing some passes together now, Latvia. It's almost as if the shackles have been removed from them. Now they're 2-0 down and they can start playing some football. Ikonix slips it up towards the halfway line. Well won by Gehi, but it's prized forward by Jornzems. Schitz. Great ball to the left-hand side. This is Siganix. That's a great challenge by Reece James. 19 minutes to go. It's a super challenge from Reece James. Sliding in and hooking the ball away. Had to be well timed and was. Siganix. Zelenkovs switches it over towards the right-hand side. Jornzems tried to get the cross in, hit Abira Ezat and goes behind for a corner. So a corner to Latvia. Remember, they have to play a playoff in a year's time against Gibraltar for the right to play in the next Nations League. 70,572 inside Wembley for this one. And a corner to Latvia. Swung in towards the near post. Towering header by Konza. Zipped back in again. And snuck away by Rogers. And Rogers is away. And that's a lovely ball into the path of Rashford on the left-hand side. Rashford heading towards the penalty area. Still Marcus Rashford. The back heel to Harry Kane, who can't quite get the ball in, but he's still got it inside the penalty area. He's had to divert backwards. Midway inside the Latvian half with Lewis Skelly. Rashford can't find a way through. And it's cleared away. In fact, it's a foul by Foden on Zelenkovs. Rashford there Great back heel to find Harry Kane. And England with a blistering counter-attack. But it just didn't quite have the end product that the 70,000 inside Wembley were rather hoping for. "73 minutes gone. England lead 2-0. And if you are just joining us, Reece James with a wonderful free kick and Harry Kane with a tap-in. Latvia have been pretty dogged in the way that they have defended tonight. England have once again found a way of breaking them down, eventually. Gahey. There's Riconza. To Morgan Rogers. And now Rashford. Two Villa players almost combining. Cleared away though by Balodis and Siganix. Good turn from Dashkevits. Siganix again. Back into Jagadinskis. There's an opportunity now for Latvia. As I say, since they've gone 2-0 down, feels like there's a weight lifted off of their defence embodiment and they can come out and play. Siganix, it's been a much better game as a result, because it's not defence against attack. That's got to be a foul on Lewis Skelly, and indeed eventually the Israeli referee Oral Grimfield blows his whistle and England have a free kick inside their own penalty area. Romania now 4-1 up in San Marino. Well, if you can be defensively organised, you can give anyone a game, and they have been tonight, Latvia. Here's Eza into the penalty area, little step over, left, right, comes back inside. Eza with a shot, brilliant goal. Oh, that's a sensational goal from Abira Eza. He's lit up Wembley there. That's a really good goal for England. The Crystal Palace man cuts in from the left-hand side and scores with a sensational goal. It's a solo effort, and it may well have just come off of Antonis Serdamores. But it was Phil Foden that played him in. He's onside, wide on the left-hand side. Ebere Eze beats Zelenkov, comes inside. He's got three defenders and he squeezes it between goalkeeper and post. It took a touch on the way, but Ebere Eze has just scored his first goal for England in his 10th cap. Just seeing who it came off. It definitely came off of Sernamores. Was it going in? I think it was, and therefore it should be credited, I think, to Ebere Eze. He took the plaudits from all his teammates, and England are in complete control now. It's England 3, Latvia 0, and Ebere Eze is in on the act. Although it does look like Anthony Sernamores, although he won't want it, might be credited with an own goal. We'll wait and see on that one. Jagadinskis, we're still waiting for official confirmation on that, but England coming again. They're starting to open up now. It's Rogers, still Rogers, still Rogers, and he's put it wide. Curling effort just a yard wide of the far post. The Aston Villa man who's been scoring goals for Villa this season. He's had a sensational season. This time last year, he was playing for Middlesbrough in the Championship. Look at this run. Great to the edge of the box. Curled it. Just not quite enough curl. I'm ultra critical. I think he should have scored there. England are just about to make some changes. Carl Walker, Curtis Jones, they're going to come on. And so is Jordan Henderson. Ebere Eze with a strike. What a goal. And England, well, he can't knock the quality of the goals tonight. Looks like Declan Rice might get a rest. Looks like Rashford might come off as well. We'll wait and see. The goal kick has been taken before England have had the chance to make their changes. Rice heads back to the halfway line. That might well be his last touch. Konsa. And then Foden finding Eze, and Eze is in a mood. to take on the fullback. Jon Zems does well. Throw into England, and now the changes can be perfected by Thomas Tuchel. Rashford indeed is one of the players coming off. He's going to be replaced by Curtis Jones. That will just solidify, perhaps pushing Phil Foden further wide. Curtis Jones on for his 4th cap. Rice makes way. In comes Jordan Henderson. And on comes Kyle Walker as well for Lewis Skelly. Kyle Walker will go to right back and Reece James to left back. England have finally taken control of this game. They've got 11 minutes to play. I was going to say hold on there. There's nothing to hold on to here. They're 3-0 up and there's no way England are going to throw this away. Gahey to the feet of Reece James. His first role as the left back is to become inverted. Jones just dabs it back to Ezri Konsa. Round the corner from Reece James. Kyle Walker gets his first touch. On loan at the moment at AC Milan. Walker again takes it away from Morgan Rogers and brings in Ezri Konsa. Now Foden. Weaving run from Foden. That's great play. Gets it wide to Eza. Players that can do that, England, dribbling the ball. Likes of Foden, Rashford and Eza. It's been a joy to watch. Bowen as well tonight. It's not been easy against Latvia. They're playing the game with their lives, remember. And in fairness to them, they've come here tonight to the iconic Wembley Stadium and given a good account of themselves. There's Kyle Walker. England in control. Konsa. Wide from Henderson. Finding Rogers. Rogers cutting in from the right-hand side. Harry Kane. Wide to Walker. Tees it up. Cross by Henderson. Caught really well by Christianis Zavidris. Into the last 10 minutes. Goals from Reece James, Harry Kane and Abira Eze have England in charge. Dashkevits cut out by Ezri Konsa. He's being put under a little bit of pressure here by Dario Schitz, who's big and he's strong and he's a willing runner. But it does come off of Schitz and behind for a goal kick. Taken quickly. Henderson up towards the halfway line. Reece James finding Foden, who's kind of playing that number 10 role. Bit of freedom for him. Rogers has gone right wide to the right. Here's Kyle Walker. Henderson is carefully forward to Jones. He's having another very prosperous season for Liverpool. Top of the Premier League with some to spare. Jones gets it wide. Rogers, chance to run at the defenders inside the penalty area. It's still Rogers. Oh, that's a great save by the goalkeeper, Zavidris. Well, he's after his first goal for England is Rogers, and he very nearly got it there. Great running, great power, great physique, and he's gone for goal, and he's drilled it straight down the middle. If he puts it either side of the goalkeeper, it's got to be a goal. Probably would have hit the bar, maybe gone in the underside of the bar. Goalkeeper sticks up a right hand to tip it over the bar. A couple of changes for Latvia. Kornex is coming off and Mielniks is coming on. We're also going to see Slade coming on as well. Replacing Beloris for the last few minutes. England have themselves a corner. Whipped in by Eza, and Kane was there, and it should have been scored by Konza, but it was actually a good save from Zevadris, who came out and made himself present. And it was virtually a 50-50 challenge rather than a save on Konza. He just blocked out Konza's shot at the back post and stopped it with his knee, then his other knee, and then it went back onto his right knee again and out. England pressing well from the clearance from Latvia. England 3, Latvia 0. In the end, comfortable as expected for England. Still haven't conceded in this World Cup group. 6 points out of 6. They are, of course, the team to beat, and they've won it back. And it's Jones that's found Eza, and Eza's shot takes a deflection, scurrying to try and keep the ball in play, but failing to do so was goalkeeper Zevadris. And it's gone behind for a corner to England. He's done well since coming on, Iberra Eze, scoring that goal to get himself off the mark. Foden to take the corner for England. 6 minutes to go. England leading by 3-0. Scoreline that's par for the course. It's not all been plain sailing for England. They've had to work hard to break down Latvia tonight. Deep cross by Phil Foden. He's grabbed by goalkeeper Zivadris, who will look back at his performance tonight, and he's made 2 or 3 excellent saves. Right hand side, Dashkevits, he's given it away. Harry Kane rampaging forward, tackle coming in, and he's been brought down, and that's a yellow card. It's been quickly shown to Mielnik's first yellow card of the night for the Latvians, and he's only just come on. Mielnik's taking out Harry Kane. Free kick to England. Didn't get anywhere near the ball. Fortunately for England and Bayern Munich, didn't actually take too much of a chunk out of Harry Kane. Free kick then. Phil Foden standing over the ball. So too is Henderson. Taken short. Phil Foden knocks it wide. Eza gets the cross in. Glance towards goal. Didn't get the touch it needed from Mark Gahey. Well, 2 men have got their first England goals tonight. Reece James and Iberra Eze. It was nearly a hat-trick of first-time England scorers. Gahey should have scored. Funny enough, Konza had a chance. Morgan Rogers has had a good chance. Well saved by Zivadris. Every one of the England players out there without a goal so far has either got a goal or should have got a goal. Harry Kane's got a few. Might want to share some of his out. 71 now with another goal tonight. Latvia in possession. Alvis Jornsons knocks it against Reece James, who diverts the ball behind for a goal kick. A victory for England would set them up nicely. They go to Latvia in the autumn. To England. The next match is in June away at Andorra, a game that you would expect them to win. Followed by a friendly in Nottingham at the City Ground against Senegal. That will wrap up the season for England. Reece James winning the ball over on the left-hand side of the defence. Eza sent sprawling to the ground, and he stays down from the challenge of Dashkevits. Well, the challenge came in long after Eza played the ball. He's back up, he is okay, the Crystal Palace man. England have it with Foden on the left-hand side. Back to Reece James. Curls it back inside to Konsa. Walker. Back out wide to Rogers. Put it back to Walker and then went on a dazzling run down the right-hand side, but Walker didn't spot it. Played it inside instead to Konza, who's now been tripped up. And some niggly little fouls at the moment from Latvia to break up England play. There's a few tired legs out there. Some of these challenges are inexcusable. And Dario Schitz has just received another yellow card as a result of that challenge on Konza. Must have, the fans won't be too happy with him being kicked needlessly. Albania have just scored a third goal in stoppage time. They're beating Andorra by 3-0. England here winning by 2. Can they make it? Sorry, England by 3 here. Can they make it 4? As Rogers gets around the defender. Good sliding challenge by Ziganix to put the ball behind for another England corner. A minute or so remaining of the 90. England's fans starting to head towards the exits to beat the rush. Wembley's never the easiest of stadiums to get away from. Henderson, Reece James, headed across by Foden, put behind by Jagodinskis. Another corner to England. Will be match score-wise tonight by Albania. 2 goals from Minaj in the first 20 minutes, and Mirto Uzani has just got a third in stoppage time to clinch all 3 points for Albania. Foden's corner, cleared away again. It's another corner, take 2 for Foden. In fact, it came off an England player, did it? Or was it a free kick? No, it's a free kick for a foul on Antonis Cernamouris. VAR are checking that third Albanian goal, by the way. About 15 seconds of the 90 to go here. Wembley is fast emptying. England fans have seen enough. It's hardly been earth-shattering. These games seldom are. If you win one of these games 6-0, everyone thinks that you're great, but then there's that all too familiar realisation that you're only playing Latvia. And Latvia have done really well tonight. I have to say, I've been very impressed with the way in which they've defended. Konza, laid off by Reece James. Long ball forward by Henderson, finding Rogers, cleared away by Siganix, who's probably been the best player for Latvia tonight. That's a push in the back by Sheets, who's already on a yellow card after fouling Konza. He's fouled him again there. 3 minutes of added time, by the way. And we're in to the first minute of that, well into it. Gahey, hard to judge the Konza-Gahey combination at the back for England against an opponent that seldom comes forward. They've done all right tonight. Here's Foden, looking to buzz forward against Latvia, hitting the feet of Heza. Played inside by Reece James. Henderson. James again, Henderson. Walker. In the right back position. England just keeping ball at the moment. Halfway through 3 minutes of stoppage time. As Wembley empties, so England take up clear residence at the top of Group K. A group they are expected to win comfortably. They do have Serbia to come home and away later in the year. That would be the real challenge for them in this group. Eza wide on the left. Harry Kane inside the penalty area, shoots. It's beaten away by the goalkeeper, and Siganix gets it away only as far as Rogers. Rogers on the right hand edge of the penalty area. Checks back, but it's been nicked by Dashkevich. Konza gets there ahead of him though, and can play it all the way back to the forgotten man, Jordan Pickford, on his 75th appearance tonight for England. But apart from one rick in the first half where he miscommunicated with Gay, he's really had nothing to do. Rogers again, he's had a good game on the right hand side. Henderson, deep cross comes in. Harry Kane was lurking, cleared away by Zelenkovs. One back again, no, by Gahey. One last chance maybe for England. We've got about 15 seconds of injury time to go. England happy to just keep the ball at the moment. With Henderson, left by Reece James, Gahey, Reece James again. Crystal Palace man, Gahey plays it inside and the referee blows the final whistle. Oral Grenfell from Israel. It's another win for Thomas Tuchel. England yet to concede under his reign. A brilliant first goal for England from Reece James from a first half free kick. A second goal coming from Harry Kane. A simple tap in from